first thing you got to do when you're looking at the heart is you need to put the heart in its orientation. Where does it sit in the body? Okay? So if I'm looking at this heart, I want to find out how does it sit. Is it like this? Is it like this? Is it this way? Is it this way? How does it sit in the body? Okay? That tells me a lot. So if I'm looking at this heart right now, I'm going to look at it and say, okay, I got to figure out where things are supposed to be. If I held the heart just like this right here, where would the head of the animal be? Right here? Up where his camera is?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I was a human, that would be right.
Yeah.
Over here.
Over the other side.
Over here?
No. No. Over there.
Here? Or here?
You said one of them. Or just having some kind of discussion.
See, so this is really important to understand, is how to orient it so you know which side is which side. The head of this animal is right here.
Okay.
Okay? Now that I've got that figured out, now I can figure out what this structure is right here. And this is really an important structure because it helps orient where things are. This is the periconal interventricular groove. Okay? Should be the first thing on your list. The reason that it's first on the list is so that you can orient the heart. Okay? So if that's the periconal interventricular groove, that means that this side of the heart is the right side, even though it's cranial in the animal. This side is the left side. Okay? Everybody see how that is? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is how this heart sits in this sheet. If this is the periconal interventricular groove, okay, right here, what would that make this area right here? No. Periconal. What does that word mean? Para means?
Above.
Around.
Around the cone or alongside the cone. Well, this is the conus arteriosus. Okay? So that makes this then right there, that's the pulmonary artery. Okay? So if that's the pulmonary artery, if I make an incision down this opening right here and cut like this, I should be able to open that up and see the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary valve. Well, there's pulmonary artery, and look what that is. Okay? So there's a full pulmonic valve cusp right there. Okay? The other one is over here in this area that's all squished up. Okay? The other one I cut. So there's half of it there. The other half would be right here. Right there. Okay? So that means I'm now inside what chamber of the heart?
The right atrium.
No?
Right ventricle?
Right ventricle. Okay? Because I'm in the pulmonary artery. I came down the pulmonary artery, so I'm going backwards the direction the blood's flowing right now. The reason I did that is because it's so much easier. Okay? So right ventricle is here. Do you guys have a structure called a moderator band on your list?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody see moderator band?
It was.
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, you can see one right there. See that structure right there?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that does?
Keeps it from overexpanding?
Yeah. So it moderates the expansion of the right ventricle. So we're inside the right ventricle, and you can see how it kind of wraps around the cranial aspect of the heart. This is the pulmonary artery. That means that this valve right here, right there, is which valve?
Mitral?
Nope.
Tricuspid.
Right side.
Oh, right side.
Tricuspid valve. So there's one leaflet there, right here. Here's another leaflet right there. And the other leaflet is right here. Way inside there. See that one? There's 1, 2, 3. So that means that that's coming from what structure? If I stick this up through that valve, what is the probing up here?
Pulmonary. The
No,
vena cava?
right,
The vena cava.
right atrium?
Right atrium.
Right atrium.
Okay? Well, unfortunately, they've cut it all off. They've cut off the vessels.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So this is the right atrium, which meant that there should have been a vessel coming in right here where my finger is,
Which would be the vena cava.
and one coming in this way.
Cranial and caudal.
Cranium caudal vena cavas. Okay? But they've removed the top part of the right atrium there. Okay? So that means that the valve that we were looking at from under here is right here. There's the tricuspid valve leaflets right there.
It's actually a nice view of it.
Okay? So, to finish the cut then, now we would go this direction. Yeah, that's close enough. Like that. And so you can see a V cut right there. The direction of blood flow then would be in here and out there on the right side of the heart. Okay? So that's the right side of the heart. Now we have to go from right side, it's in the right atrium here, right ventricle, comes out the pulmonary artery to the lungs, out here now. From the lungs it has to come back. And it comes back into the heart where?
Left ventricle.
Close, I'll give you half point.
Pulmonary veins?
Pulmonary veins into the left
Atrium.
atrium. Okay? So the left, if this is the right atrium, then the left atrium's got to be where all those vessels come back in, which would be right here. So they've cut off a portion of our left atrium as well. So that means that this valve right there, that you can see down there, this one, would be the mitral valve. Okay? So now, what we've got to do is go through the right, or excuse me, the left atrium into the left ventricle. This is where it gets a little tough because these scissors are really small.
And do you want the bigger scissors?
You got a bigger pair? Thank you. Okay, so now we're inside the left ventricle. Okay, look at the difference between the wall thickness of the left ventricle, okay, and the right ventricle. That's an easy way to tell the difference, which side of the heart you're in. So, blood's coming back into the heart through the left atrium, which is right here, my finger's in it. This little thing over here, this funny looking thing, is called the left auricle, or left auricular appendage, and my finger can actually get in there, okay? This is just an added storage area for some blood before it pumps, okay? So we're down into the left ventricle now, and now to get out the aorta, we're going to have to expose the aorta a little bit here. I'm going to try to get through some of this fat. Slippery little devil. Okay, so we're in the left ventricle there. Now we're going to go try to go right out through the aorta. Let me see if I can open that just a little bit more. Okay. Now, if I was to take this probe, okay, we're coming in here at the left atrium, left ventricle. If I take this probe and just on the other side of the cusps of the mitral valve, I'm going to try to hold that open and come out through that vessel right there. Okay? So over here we're going to try to cut right through this way. Get out of the way, there you Right there. Okay.
Well,
Then you can see as the blood comes back from the ventricle, it's going to shoot up right through here and go out the aortic valve, which is right there. There's the aortic valve leaflets, or cusps, right there. Okay? So it's kind of a V-shaped direction of blood flow on both sides. Comes in, right atrium, shoots out the pulmonary artery. Comes in, left atrium, shoots straight up into the aorta. Okay? So that's the way a heart's dissected, so you can see all the different parts, like that. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.